for some adventures. One Jones is not enough.
What's going on, guys? War Brothers Collectibles here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. In this video I just wanted to show you some of my Western Leather Indiana Jones replica jackets. Now I have two jackets from Western Leather. They are both Last Crusade cuts. I have one in standard cut lambskin from Last Crusade, and then I have the cotton version of the Last Crusade jacket. I don't have any legacy jackets or anything like that, so these are just like the standard versions. I have done some videos on these jackets before on my channel, guys, so feel free to check those out if you wish to do so. So yeah, let's take a look at these Indiana Jones jackets. So, as you can probably tell, Last Crusade is my favourite film in the series. So, ever since I was a kid, I was like, oh my god, I want the Last Crusade jacket. I've wanted it ever since, like, my teenage years, really. I always wanted a Western Leather replica jacket. So, it took me many, many years to actually do so. So, the first leather jacket I got from Western Leather was actually an Aliens Ellen Ripley like men's cut of that jacket, because I went on to buy an indie jacket, and then once I saw that one, I bought that one instead. But I ended up selling that, many years later, because I wasn't really enjoying it anymore, and it was a bit too small in the end, really. So then I finally bit the bullet and decided to buy the Last Crusade jacket that I've always wanted, which is this jacket right here. So as I say, this is just the standard lambskin version, because I spoke to Western directly and I was like, what is the most accurate version of this jacket that I can get? What kind of leather? And they advised me lambskin, of course, so that's what I went for. I do believe the goat skin is like much thicker and bulletproof, but this lambskin is obviously a lot softer and a lot lighter weight. So yeah, this is just the standard cut of the Last Crusade jacket. This is not the legacy version. And yeah, I was totally in love with this jacket. I'm totally in love with this jacket. I've had many, many adventures in this. I've travelled pretty much all over the country in this jacket. It's great for all weather conditions. And yeah, I absolutely love this jacket. The only thing that kind of bugs me, really, every time I put it on is the collar. So the Last Crusade jacket is obviously a bigger collar, and it's got this top button here, and there's a button on the bottom as well to fasten. But if you can see, the collar, it doesn't exactly, it's not symmetrical. Like this side here is just kind of all over the place. It's not as firm and as folded over as this side. Now, I don't know if that's just because of the button top, because when you zip it up and seal it at the top, the collar goes fine. But when you're wearing it loose like this, that collar is always splayed out on the one side and it doesn't look symmetrical. Now, I know if you look at screenshots of the film, the jacket is never really that symmetrical, especially in Last Crusade. That is, one side is always down to one side, but I don't know whether that's because he's wearing a satchel or he's got something going on in the movie. So it could just be the way the jacket's meant to be. I don't know, but it's just something that kind of bugs me a little bit. It is, I agree with some people who said about this jacket that it is kind of shapeless. This is size 40 and it does fit me very nicely, but I believe a lot of the other jackets are more tailored and more of a tighter fit, and they hug the body a bit more. This one is kind of loose. It just kind of flows down. It's not, as I say, it doesn't have much structure or shape, but that's just a minor complaint. The main thing for me is this collar here and this kind of thing that kind of bugs me. But apart from that, I absolutely love this jacket. It's super comfortable. It's got the satin sleeves and the cotton inside, and I also love the patch inside here that says this is an accurate replica of the exact jacket made by Harrison Ford for the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and it's signed by the original designer of the jacket. And yeah, I've had many, many adventures in this jacket. I've not weathered it at all. I just plan to wear the heck out of this jacket and let it weather and age naturally as much as possible, because these jackets are quite expensive, and I don't really want to be, although I can do the research and study it and weather and distress it properly, I'm just terrified to do so, I will admit that. So I'm just going to keep wearing this jacket as it is and just let it age and weather over time, because this jacket is going to last me many, many years. The only thing that I have discovered recently is these hand pockets on the side here. One of them has kind of become unstitched. So that's another little minor thing. The stitching on this jacket is coming undone, and I've only had it about 2 or 3 years at this point. So it might have to be sent off for a minor repair in the near future, but for right now, the jacket is doing just fine. And yeah, I totally love the Last Crusade jacket. I love the Legacy version, but as I said, I just wanted the standard cut, and just see how I get on with it. And yeah, I absolutely love this jacket. I am looking to get a Temple of Doom jacket one day, maybe, just for that more of a tailored fit, because this jacket is, as I say, kind of a looser fit. But if you love Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, I highly recommend this jacket because it is awesome. You feel great wearing it. It's super comfortable. That is the major thing for this jacket. It is just super comfortable to wear. And, it's warm in the winter, that kind of light jacket that you can wear in the spring and autumn kind of times. Um, a little bit too hot, I think. I don't know how he wore it in the kind of the Crescent Moon, but he's Indiana Jones for you. He's awesome. So yeah, this is a great jacket, and I highly recommend it if you're a fan of The Last Crusade and you want to get yourself a Indiana Jones jacket. Now moving on to jacket number 2. This is the Last Crusade cut in brown cotton. This is the only one in cotton for the Last Crusade that they have available. They do 2 versions of the Raiders jacket in a black cotton and a brown. But at the time, and as far as I'm aware right now, this is the only jacket in cotton you can get in the Last Crusade. This is the cotton Last Crusade jacket. Now I bought this, as I say, for those warmer months, still wanting to have that Indiana Jones jacket. Wearing it in the summer months because obviously it is much lighter. Now, I didn't kind of customize this jacket at all, which you can do. You can customize everything about it. And the entirety of this jacket is all satin inside and sleeves. So in the summer, it can get kind of sticky and sweaty in this, which kind of defeats the point. It is a super lightweight jacket, and that is lovely, but just the inside of this jacket does start kind of sticking to you when it gets really hot. I took it to Florida and I was in Disney World and was wearing this jacket one day on an average day. It was probably about 15 degrees Celsius. Wasn't the hottest day in Orlando, obviously, so I just thought, I'll throw this jacket on. And I did find myself way too hot with this satin insert, so I was just kind of sticking to it, and it did kind of feel horrible. But apart from that, this is a great jacket. It's nice and lightweight, and I love the colour of it. It just gives something different, but it is that classic Last Crusade cut. You've got the same collar size here and the button there and the button on the bottom. The only thing I would say about this jacket is, with it being in cotton, the straps at the back that kind of hold the jacket together can come undone. These straps here have come undone on me from time to time. The leather jacket, so it's heavier, so the straps kind of because there's no, you don't thread it through like a buckle, and the weight just kind of holds them together. And on the leather jacket, that weight just kind of keeps those straps in place. But on this cotton one, because it is such a lightweight jacket, these can come undone, which they have done a few times on me, which is a little bit annoying, and then you've got to try and fiddle it and put it back on. So that's probably the only downside for me, apart from you can custom make it and don't get the satin insides like I've done here. But apart from that, I love this jacket. Again, I love the cut, I love the style of it. And yeah, it's a nice lightweight jacket for those warmer months, as I say. The weather in the UK at the moment is all over the place. It was hailstoning a minute ago, and now it's bright sunshine that was right in my face, so I've had to put the blind down. But anyway, so yeah, these are the 2 jackets that I've got from Wested Leather. I am looking at getting a Temple of Doom jacket sometime in the near future. I was going to buy it last year, but I decided to hold off because Christmas was coming up and things like that. So who knows, this year I might actually have a Temple of Doom jacket in the Indiana Jones jacket collection. So these are, they're really well-made jackets. They are great. If you're a fan of the films, obviously you can get them in Raiders, Temple of Doom, and Crusade, and you can get all different skins: cowhide, goat, lamb, and you can custom make them also if you wish. And they also do a legacy range, which is their most 100% movie accurate jackets when they are distressed. As far as I'm aware, they don't distress and weather the jackets for you. That's something that you've got to do on your own. But they're a great company. I've bought from them. This is also a Wested Leather Indiana Jones shirt. They're super easy to buy from, and I enjoy browsing their website on a regular basis to see what's available. So just another quick point on the Last Crusade lambskin leather jacket here. The thing about the collar, this might just, people have said to me, it just gives your jacket a unique kind of character and makes your jacket unique. And that might be the case. It might just be the case for this jacket. It might be the case on all the jackets. I don't know. It just might be the way it is. But that is just something that kind of bugs me a little bit. But as I say, once you zip it up, it does go symmetrical and it's fine. And yeah, just the kind of loose fit maybe can be annoying to some people, as I've read and watched videos on YouTube on people on these jackets. They do find the kind of looser, shapeless fit something of an annoyance to them. But yeah, so that is just it for these jackets. You know, great jackets. I absolutely love them to bits. I have had many adventures with them, and I plan to have many more in the future to come. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. This was just me talking about my Indiana Jones Western Leather replica jackets, the two jackets that I've got, the one in lambskin from Last Crusade and the cotton version. Not a lot of people have the cotton version, as far as I'm aware, but, you know, I totally would recommend it, especially for those lighter weather conditions, you know, and if you still want that Indiana Jones look, they are still very cool jackets to get. You can get them in Raiders of the Lost Ark cut and Last Crusade so far. Who knows, they might do a Temple of Doom one in the very near future. But yeah, thanks very much for watching this video, guys. If you like this video, you know, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And stay tuned for more videos. I will see you very soon. Take care.